Holy shit, Brad. What the hell happened to your face? I want to thank you all who have messaged me and commented in prior videos about wishing me well. If you saw, I took a little spill here in LA, but it is not stopping me. And I'm actually trying to figure out some jokes as to what happened that could be related to sports and sports cards. So, one of the jokes is I went down to PSA and told them what I thought of their new submission rules, and they beat the shit out of me. But just kidding. This is the bargain bin. I'm going to go over the cards and players that have been going down for the last couple of weeks. Then I'll be looking at the cards and players that you guys suggest. Keep in mind that I'm on one arm right here. I got half an eye open, so this is not going to be the easiest process for me, but I want to at least do this for the next 30 minutes or so. Now, with that being said, welcome back. Now let's get to work. Let's take a look at what has been dropping over the last couple days, and I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to go through basketball, football, and baseball first. So I'm going to look in the comments in a section, but for now, let me show you basketball, and basketball has been pretty interesting. This is the last 7 days, and another thing to point out is that I'm not an affiliate with Market Movers. It's just a tool that I have, and I know a lot of other people would like to use it but can't afford the $50 a month or just not justified at this point. So if you take a look at the last 7 days, Tyler Hero, Jokic, Nikola Jokic, I always mess up his name, is down. But look, nothing too drastic and nothing crazy. It's been like small drops, 10%, 9%. Basketball overall has just gone down a lot in the last pretty much month, and I think of it as a pretty good thing. As for the last 14 days, you have a couple more drops here. Jokic again. Look, you have some guys that were Hall of Famers like Tim Duncan. You have other guys that disappointed, Giannis, but pretty much most things are going down, and very little. If I go to what's gone up, let me see. You have Karl Malone for some reason. I'm not sure if there's any news about Karl Malone. Kevin Garnett, Kendrick Nunn, which I would imagine his cards will go down if the Heat get eliminated, which it's looking like it's going to happen. I know it's early in the series, but besides that, very little going up. 10%, 13, nothing too drastic. And so I don't want to spend too much time on basketball in terms of the players, just because we're seeing a very big plateau overall, where not too much going down, not too much going up. But one guy I want to show you in a bit is Anthony Davis, and that's because Anthony Davis is actually in the playoffs and playing really well. And his prices are still not amazing compared to where they were a while ago, even though it looks like he's going to be winning his first championship with the Lakers and even perhaps being MVP of the series. So if you take a look at football, last 7 days, obviously Mitch Trubisky, he plummeted because he sucks, and you got Nick Foles in there. Gardner Minshew hasn't been too hot. I think it was like a Thursday night game. He threw a couple of picks, but he started off good, but obviously he's with the Jags, and that's not that great. Derek Carr is a bit down. You have a couple quarterbacks softening right here. One guy I do want to point out is Adrian Peterson is down a bit, and remember, Adrian Peterson, he got released, picked up by, was it Detroit? And they're even saying that he's going to be probably the primary running back in Detroit. So he's one guy that I would look at. And then in the last 14 days, Christian McCaffrey, and that's one guy I wanted to point out. Christian McCaffrey here, minus 30%. In the last 7 days, Christian McCaffrey's down again, but he's going to be back at some point. So he's down at only 9% in the last 7. So if I go to Christian McCaffrey, take a look at some of his cards. Let's see what has dropped. Let's see, 6 transactions here. Optic Football. And remember, if he's out 4 to 6 weeks, I think of it as a good thing. All right, so his last sale, $180 for his Optic PSA 10. Will it go down again? Maybe, but he will be back at some point, whether it's in 4 weeks, 6 weeks, or whoever knows. So I like those guys that are injured for a few weeks, not for an entire year, just because there will be a resurgence, at least in terms of the hype, unless something goes drastically wrong. Okay, But again, nothing too much in football except for just what we're seeing, who's underperforming. And a lot of these quarterbacks here are just underperforming. Last 14 days, same thing. Saquon, I believe, is out for the year. McCaffrey, there's his big drop. Juju Smith-Schuster, he's actually, I don't believe he's injured. He's been playing pretty decent. And then Cam Newton, if you don't know about this, Cam Newton was just, he just tested positive for COVID. So Cam Newton, I wouldn't be surprised if Cam Newton's cards dropped more. And I don't know who the backup's going to be, if it's Brian Hoyer or if it's going to be Jarrett Stidham. So this could be a good time to, if you think it's going to be Stidham, it could be a good time to jump on right now. But it might be Brian Hoyer because I think he's listed number 2 for the Patriots. In terms of baseball, we got Sammy Sosa. Not sure why his cards have dropped so much, but there's only 7 sales, so it's nothing huge. And I don't know about any of these other guys. So I just want to show you what's in the system. Luke Voigt, and I'm not going to even pronounce these names. Nolan Ryan, I know that one. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And then in the last 14 days, Luke Voigt again. So he's been dropping a lot, but I don't know anything about this player. I just want to show you what the data says so you could take it from here and run with it. So this is just a starting point for you guys to take a look at if any of these players intrigue you. And then soccer. And I'm going to come back to the comment section in a bit, see if any of you are joining me this morning. Cristiano Ronaldo. And I wanted to include soccer because I actually had a few people inquire about soccer. This is the last 7 days of soccer. And Market Movers doesn't have too many players as of now for soccer. But in the last, soccer, 7 days. Okay, here, 14 days. See, Neymar has gone down a lot. Then Ronaldo, Mbappe, and a couple others. But really, Neymar was the one that plummeted. And this World Cup PSA 9 and the PSA 10. But let's take a look at this PSA 9. So if Neymar interests you, if soccer interests you, look at that, man. Like, that was crazy. That was the height of hype right there in August. But then this is a lot smoother. And you see 120, 130, 150, 150. So it looks like this is a very flat line going in the upwards direction slowly. So if a Neymar World Cup Prism PSA 9, pop of only 92, but I would imagine that's going to go up, interest you, then it could be a really good time to jump on that card. Okay, and then I have other players that I can show you. I have Zion and Giannis and a few others pulled up. But what's up, guys? What's up, Bark? Yeah, I went to the PSA office and I bitched about the new submission rules, and then they just kicked the shit out of me. So thank you, Next Gen. I'm hoping that by Tuesday I'll look even better. But if you see here, got bruising, and I didn't want to show you all the goo that's going on behind all that stuff. What's up, Steve? How you doing, man? Burger Maxon. Yeah, Joel, I want to show you guys. I'll show you LeBron, but I have Anthony Davis pulled up because it's interesting because Anthony Davis is playing great. I watched the game last night. He looks good. Everything is on point with his game. And you're thinking, all right, the Lakers are going to win it. And this is going to be their first championship for Anthony Davis. And those, his cards are going to skyrocket. But if I show you his prices, they're still not even close to where it was in August when the hype was so high around the potential of him going and winning his first championship. And I don't know if it's going to go up again. So let me show you Anthony Davis in a second. But I got to say hi to Costa Rica card collector. I got my coffee here. It's not Costa Rican, but it's grocery store. So which game did they reschedule? Was it the Titans game? Because I saw something with the Titans game. And I know Cam Newton, it said that Cam Newton will be out with COVID, and I don't know if that means he'll be out next week automatically, if he'll be able to come back in time or not. But anyway. Yeah. Oh, dude, I don't invest in running backs. The only guy that I've been buying a little bit of is Adrian Peterson because he's already one of the best ever, and he has that huge the way Christian McCaffrey's looked at now is how I feel Adrian Peterson was looked at in 2008, 9, 10. where it's like, dude, you're generational. And Adrian Peterson has actually come back from injury and lasted. But yeah, you're right. A lot of these great running backs, they're just, flashes in a pan. And so, for a very short flip, maybe it makes sense, but I don't invest in running backs for that reason. I believe there are some really good deals out there, especially in basketball. Like, to me, I'm just buying up basketball because no one has money right now to invest in basketball. There's not a lot of hype around basketball, and with holiday season coming up, with a second stimulus check, and with the hype of the draft, of preseason, of all that, I think that's when the prices are going to go up again. But right now, no one really has the money, at least not from the government, not from their parents, not from wherever else. Trading a lot to move up to get, and then, dude, yeah, man, dude, those drafts are crazy. It's just you got the Patriots that always seem to draft really well later in the second and third round, and then you got guys that move up and get a Greg Oden or a Ryan Leaf or one of those guys where it's just like so much weight is on this pick, and then there's a Tom Brady back in round 6. All right, so let me show you a couple players, and then where you at? Next gen breaks. Let me look up Fernando Tatis for you, but let me get these few cards up here first. So let's see here. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. And I wanted to show you for one. Okay, there's the Neymar. I'm going to get out of that. Zion, because Zion's just one of those guys that hype is all around him. And so it's a good indicator of what people are doing. And you see some cards have gone up of Zion. Nothing too big except for this silver draft picks, which is 36%, but only 4 sales. This one right here, 42 sales. This is a better indication of movement because there's so many transactions. So this is his 19 optic PSA 10. And you see plummeted all the way down here to $223 about a week and a half ago. And then this one's starting to crawl back up to $250. But back in late July, $360 for this card. So I think people are getting back onto Zion now just because the prices were so low. And let's take a look at one that might be even lower. Let's see what's been dropping. Something with a lot of transactions. All right, let's check out his Hoops PSA 10 rookie card. And I believe it said 22 transactions here. I mean, to me, that's pretty damn good. If the last sale was $115 for a Zion PSA 10 Hoops, and even if this sale right here, I don't know what this was, if that was someone overpaying or if it wasn't legit, but even some of these other sales, 167, 176, 183. Okay, so $115. That's a pretty good deal in my eyes based on what I believe will be coming up in the near future. So that's it for Zion. Giannis is an interesting one as well, just because Giannis is a great player. He's already proven himself to be great. And he's going to have a better team because the Milwaukee Bucks have got to bring him another great player or he's going to leave Milwaukee. And it's not like Milwaukee is one of those places where everyone is dying to go anyway. As you see over the last couple months, his 2018 Prism, not the craziest card. It's a 2018 Prism. It's not like his rookie card or anything like that. But you see the giant spike here, $36. I want to go to a better card, though. Giannis is probably my number one most intriguing player right now, just because how proven he is and how much upside his team will have. And if it doesn't pan out in Milwaukee, then he'll bounce and go somewhere else, and it'll be a better fit for him. It'll be probably a bigger market just because Milwaukee's a very small market overall. But right here, this is Giannis's Prism PSA 10 rookie card. And I don't know how much further down that can go. This is $3,000, the last sale. And again, the way I think of it is that it's another month. to buy in on basketball before everyone else starts getting money and the hype returns and the holiday spending. That's at least my interpretation. I could be wrong. But $2,900, this card peaked at $6,400 and at the high $7,300. $7,300 and the last sale $3,000. So less than half, and that's a big chunk. So right there, if you're in that wheelhouse of investing, then at least do your own some research. I'm not saying buy any of these cards, but it's worth doing more research. And then if you're not into this realm of investing, another way of looking at it is what other cards of Giannis could I look at that are in my budget, but could still see that same type of price drop. Let's see, Ja Morant's another one. And I got Fernando Tatis coming up. So I got you covered there. And whatever you guys suggest for the next 20, 30 minutes, I'll go and check out. Ja Morant's silver PSA 9. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, same as the other guys. Peaked, had a wonderful rookie season. And now his silver Prism PSA 9 is at $485 for the last sale that's reported here. This one was $316, and I don't know if that was an anomaly or if it's it was just something that didn't go through or something was weird about it. But again, if you like the card, then look on eBay for the last month or two of sales, and then make sure that everything's legit. But yeah, Ja Morant's another guy that I think it's a very easy target to invest in. And let me see if there's another one here. Let's see his Mosaic PSA 9, because there's 11 transactions here. And yeah, not as steep, probably because this only goes up to $120, but similar chart overall. And let's see who else I have, and I'll go back to Fernando Tatis. But I wanted to show you Anthony Davis, because this is Anthony Davis's. I hope to God I'm sharing this with you. Good, just checking. Shit, got to take that out. All right, this is interesting. Anthony Davis's rookie card, PSA 10, pop report of $1,195. This thing just went through the roof all the way up to $3,850 2 months ago at the beginning of August with the hype of the playoffs. And now you see it goes down, just like everything else. And now it's going back up. And in the last week, yeah, it's gone up from, what, 17, let's see. What's this sale right here? $1,750 up to $1,900. So it's gone up a bit. But what's crazy is that they're 2 wins away from the championship. Anthony Davis looks phenomenal. And this is nowhere near. This is $1,900. This is still half of the peak. And so to me, the message I'm getting from this is that the hype will always outsell the merit. And I don't know if that's true in all cases. I don't know if this is just one case. But even if they win the championship, the Lakers win, I don't know if this card is going to go higher than 3,800, in the short term. Like long term, with his legacy, yeah. But short term, that card might only go up to 3,000 because, it's like the hype was at the highest here, and the hype around the Lakers winning, the expectations are about the highest right now. So just interesting stuff I'm seeing there. And then I'll look up Trae Young real quick before I get to Fernando Tatis, because some of you guys have asked about these players in prior weeks. So I wanted to have them pulled up ahead of time, save you guys some time. And this one right here looked interesting because it said minus 56%. It's a BGS 9, so it's not the most desirable card. But, we got all this news with PSA, which means, hey, maybe BGS will get a bit more love. Maybe SGC will step up as well and get a lot more market share. I don't really like this chart because I don't know if this is legit right here. But regardless, Trae Young, another popular target. And let me see if there's another card that is okay. So this one, his Prism PSA 9, 31 transactions. And this will be a better indicator of what Trae Young's prices are doing overall. You see, okay, so that looks pretty steady right here. The last couple of weeks, up, down, but his 2018 Prism PSA 9 looks pretty steady around $125 to $135 after its peak of around $190. I don't know if that's going to go down, though, because Trae Young is just such an obvious target for next season. With that being said, let me go back here. I'm so glad that I remembered to actually share the screen, because that really scares me every time I go over these charts. And I'm like, did I even share my screen? If you think the bubble is deflating slowly, I don't know about the bubble, man. I feel like there's partly a bubble, but then there's also these record high prices from institutional money and from these these auctions that are hitting all-time highs. So the high-end cards the records are being broken nonstop. And what makes sense is that trickles down, but maybe that bottom layer, the first year Prism, the second year Prism, the stuff that the low end flippers can get their hands on, that stuff, perhaps that's like going to get hit the worst, because collectors don't really care about second year Prisms unless everything else is just blown out of the water. But either way, that's just my thing. Let me look up Fernando Tatis for you, and then I'm going to hop back into the comments. But James, I appreciate it. I don't know if you're talking about me or someone else, but my joke is that I dressed up like the ego of a New York Jets fan. So that's my joke. I'm going to use that in an upcoming video as well. Let's look up Fernando Tatis for you. All right, let's see here. And remember, I'm using 2 fingers because that's all I have right now. So give me a little bit of patience, a little bit of leeway. But overall, I think this is a great time to invest. I just feel like a lot of people are out of the market. They don't have the money. They will get money. Like, think of Christmas coming up. People are going to be breaking boxes for Christmas. Fathers are going to get it for themselves, for their sons. Wives are going to get it for their a lot's going up for Fernando Tatis. I think you said Topps Chrome. Let me check over here. Hold on. Crazy screen, I know. Topps Chrome base and Juan Soto. Okay, Topps Chrome base. So let's take a look at Topps Chrome base. And this is PSA 9. Share on the screen? Okay, good. But remember, Christmas, a lot of money is going to go towards cards and boxes and breaking and all that kind of stuff that prior years may have gone to clothes and other areas, vacations and whatnot. So obviously, I don't know much about baseball. I do know that I saw a headline with Fernando Tatis having a big play, and they probably won the game. But this is all I could show you is this chart. So steadily down, but then in the last week, PSA 9, $43 up to 63. So, but obviously you see here, this was the huge spike. And let me see if there's a PSA 10 to look at for you. Topps Chrome. Okay, so let's see what's gone up. Topps Heritage, Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 9's gone up through the roof. Well, I'll show you this refractor right here because it's up a lot. Okay, so yeah, really spiked here. So this is the refractor, but 316 was 930, and then the last sale they recorded 10-1 was $500. So a huge increase there, as expected with a player performing well. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Juan Soto. Let me see if I could do Juan Soto in a second. James, I really appreciate that. You guys give me energy. So this is, it would actually be worse for me not to do this because I appreciate your support. And I really, I feel like it comes over the airwaves here. Weird market for sure. Michael Ham, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and it's pretty much like the AD price spike was already so high that he had to win the finals and had to win MVP just to hit that same number. So if you bought during that peak, that's a hold for a long time. Oh, damn. Okay, so they rescheduled Patriots and KC. And what day did you say it was? Did you say it was Tuesday? Because that's my cards and cake night, man. Now I got to watch. I got to watch football instead. Mike, Jason, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, well, I don't have the bandages off, so if I did, you'd see all the goo and the skin trying to create itself again. It's really gross, man. I'm going to have a conversation about the PSA sub changes, because I did read about it, but I really want to talk it over with someone else in terms of just where we think this is going to shift the hobby, in terms of if it's enough of a change in price to send a lot of people to SGC and BGS. And I think like it's good in a way, because it opens the doors for other companies. But it's just one of those things where I'm good with it. I want other grading companies to be able to enter the market, and for me to look at SGC or BGS the same way as PSA, versus having this, well, what's the conversion and could I resell it and da 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 da. But dude, yeah, it's funny, man. Yeah, JJ, you went to Chamberlain as well, and Chamberlain's like a pretty ghetto school in Tampa. It's had its times where it's decent, and then it got a bit, and then it like went pretty far down. So a lot of guys looking like this in the halls back in the day at Chamberlain. Dude, no, I think Giannis, there's just so many reasons for his cards to go back up, and that's because they went down so much after they got eliminated early. But if he goes to Golden State, oh, dude, that'd be insane. But even if it's not Golden State, if it's another market, it's going to be a better fit for him. But even if that's not the case, Milwaukee's got to do everything it can do just to bring in another star, because I don't know there's not another star on the Milwaukee Bucks, and Milwaukee's not a market that's known for bringing in big talent. It's like when I'm, in Orlando, I'm a Magic fan. Orlando is not like this place where people go to have phenomenal careers. It's pretty much you're drafted there, and we hope we can win while we have you before you bolt over to Boston or Miami or New York or LA or Chicago or somewhere else. All right. So DJ Quicksilver, let me look at the Juan Soto real quick. And then I'm going to head on over to the Bird and Magic cards. All right, sharing the screen. It's like Inception. And let's see, Juan Soto. And hopefully, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is my new camera. I don't know the battery life. I just know that even though it's plugged into my laptop now, it runs on battery. So I don't know how long this will last for, but we'll see. And I think it was, did you say Topps Chrome? Let me go back. Was it a Topps Chrome card, or was it Topps Base, 2018 Topps Base? All right. And again, guys, if you're just joining me, I'm not an affiliate. I'm just trying to share this, offer some value, show you some trend lines so you guys can do your own research and take it from here, and make sure that all the sales are legit, everything makes sense for you, and go from there. Now, there's Topps updates, and because I don't follow baseball, I'm going to guess Topps updates is the card you're referring to, because obviously there's not Topps updates in the other sports. It's usually just Topps and Topps Chrome, but this is a PSA 9, and usually PSA 9s will follow a similar trajectory of a PSA 10. Okay. Kind of an interesting chart. Nothing too drastic except for this spike here a few months ago, and now recently $56 up to 65. Let me see if I can put in a PSA 10. And also, guys, if you saw the Market Movers review I did last, it was a couple days ago, that was on the old interface. So I literally had to push out that video as quickly as possible because they had just released this new interface, and that video took forever to do. There's 13,000 of these cards. Okay, so his cards have gone down overall, and then the last little bit, 179 was the low, and then up to 204. And there might be another sale or so that's not recorded just yet in the system, but that's what I'm seeing for the Topps updates in PSA 10 and PSA 9. And let me look up Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Okay, basketball. And again, graded cards only. Raw cards are all over the place. Can't really Can't really do that. Larry Bird. All right. Magic Johnson. I got my 2 fingers working. All right, so pretty much the same here. Minus 17, minus 20%. Let's take a look. All right, his 81 tops PSA 8 has gone up with a couple sales, 6 sales, but a lot of, yeah, like not too much. His 7 went down, but not too many, not too much sales data behind it. Magic, his 7 went down a bit, but if you look at the number of sales, it's just not too much. It's just like one sale, one time a day, one time of the week, one seller, all that kind of stuff. It just doesn't, it's not enough for me to really go, oh, all right, it's really going down, it's really going up. I need to see more transactions to really feel confident about that. But saw a bit of a spike here of his 8s. Let's see, about a month ago, and then now they've softened to around 230 bucks, 206, 201. So that's about it for Larry and for Magic. There's just I'll look up a Magic card just because I'm here. Okay, Fleer PSA 9. Let's see what this looks like. But if there's not too many transactions, then it's just, you don't know. Okay, so let's see. His 9 overall has been going up over the last couple months. Last sale was $490. The one before that was $590. So I don't know if that'll continue to go down. I know vintage is pretty popular right now, though. All right. Let's see where you guys are at. I got like another 20 minutes or so. Dude, I feel like this is falling off my face. It's really gross. Wilt Chamberlain, can't go wrong with Wilt. What's up, Samuel's Views? Yeah, man, I got a lot of Anthony Davis cards, first-year Lakers that I bought really cheap, and I'm hoping I could sell it at least at a bit of a profit. But if not, like they were $3 each for, or it's like $2 each for a first-year Optic card, $3 each for a first-year Laker Select card. It was just so low that it went down. Burger Maxim, I forgot all the details, but basically PSA has raised the prices. They're going to have like a way to look at where your submission is in line with all the others. They're going to take away the turnaround times that they post. They're just going to like reformat things, and they've raised the prices, but of pretty much most stuff, if not all, and then lowered the minimums of, I think, bulk submissions. But that's a very rough paraphrasing. So I'm going to look further into it in the future, or like after this. DJ Quicksilva, you know what, man? I was in a little bit of a bike accident myself. So I was riding my bike down the street. There's a little construction zone, and I had to go from the sidewalk to the road. So I went to the road, and I was going fast because it's a major road, and I wanted to get around the construction zone and back onto the sidewalk. And there must have been a bit of gravel or dirt or something I didn't see, and I just flew over the top. Got about 5 stitches up here, just road rash. So nothing too serious. I do have a little bit of a fractured arm, but, you know. Well, I appreciate it, man. The joke is you should see the concrete, you know. You think it looks bad for me? You should see the concrete. For sure, man. What's up? Say my name. Yeah, you could actually join me. Awesome, dude. Dude, from a Filipino in the United American Emirates. Shit, man. I got viewers all over the place. This is such a cool community. What's up, Ayo, Rhino? All right. I'm going to look up this card for you. 96 tops, Kobe Bryant, because this is actually my favorite card. If you saw that prior video, it's like a couple months old. I actually found this card, 96 tops, Kobe Bryant's base card, ungraded, when I was about 12 years old. Let's see, I was 10, I was probably 11 years old. in a dollar bin at the card shop called First in Sports in Tampa. And it was in the dollar bin, and I almost freaked out because it was a $5 card back in probably 97. And to find that card in the dollar bin was amazing. And I even remember going up to the counter and showing the guy. I said, yeah, I'd like to buy this card. And he was like, oh, damn, good find. I would have had this in the case, but you found it in the dollar bin, so good job. And it was just such a cool moment for me that card is still my favorite of all time. I don't know if I passed it here, but let's see. Topps Basketball PSA 9. I believe you said PSA 9. Let's see if I'm sharing the screen here. I'm not. There we go. Okay. So here it is. Whew, man. I mean, so you have the recent low of $436, and that price is comparable to what it was in July, $483.40, and this insane peak right here in August, man. Like, look at this, $581 all the way to $1,300 in a matter of a week. $581, $731, and then $1,300. And dude, here's something I got to share, is that Warren Buffett quote, which is, be fearful when everyone is greedy and be greedy when everyone else is fearful. Dude, you see this type of spike right here, and I sell, because the chance that it goes up more and more gets lower and lower with every transaction. And so even if I miss out on making the most amount of money, I would rather sell somewhere in the middle and then buy back again right now. So if Kobe PSA 9, his rookie card right here in Topps is something that interests you, then definitely take a look, because for me, that's a safe entry point for a guy that is a legend. He's one of the best ever, and he will be targeted by older collectors, and he's just one of those guys that he's not going to go away. So it's a very safe buy. But let me take a look at his PSA 10s just to see if it's the same line or if there's any differences here. Okay, so PSA 10. This is actually, it looks like the PSA 10s have rebounded a lot more, because you see here, what's the sale? 2,000. Man, my voice just cracked. I need a sip of coffee. So $2,000. Folgers. $2,000 on 9/27. So about a week ago, went all the way up to 3,500. Okay, so that saw a really big increase. And even the last sale was 2,700. But it looks like PSA 10 has gone up a lot quicker. And I mean, I take that as, okay, if PSA 10 is going up a lot quicker, let me look at PSA 9s, because more than likely the 10s show what's going on, and then the 9s will react in the next couple of weeks. And, that's just my interpretation, but that's what I see over there. All right, so that's for you, Marcus. Dude, I'm happy to have you on, man. I always see you in the comment section, and I'm glad you're able to join me. Appreciate it, NPS Sports 97. Yeah, it turns out that like buttons are like medicine for an open wound. It's like salt water. It feels really good, and it helps me heal. So I really appreciate that. 2007, Kevin Durant, Topps Finest rookie. Let me check that out for you. Tatas and Brewskis. And there is a button called Super Chat. If you really want to have me look something up in the next 10, 15 minutes, you could just throw me a couple dollars in the Super Chat. No pressure to do it. It's just a way to prioritize your selection if I get too many players. But I'm happy to show this to you, because I know not everyone can either afford this tool or it just doesn't make sense for you at this point. Let's see. So 2000 Finest Basketball, and I forgot what you said in terms of grade, but I'll look up 10 and 9, and we'll do BGS 9.5 as well. Okay. So let's see here. Here's the big spike, and then it looks like they're pretty much the same. Maybe this green one here, the what's a PSA 9, hasn't really had enough transactions to go back up, but they're following a very similar trajectory. I'll put on full screen here. Ooh, it's like I'm doing a report from the office. Sales only. Okay. But to me, like Kevin Durant's all-time great. Obviously, a lot of hype around him for next year. 355 for the PSA 10. Is this? Wait, did I say 2007? Yeah, that is his rookie year. Is it? Yeah, 2007. That seems really low. 355, but peaked at 670, and I'm sure that's going to go up just like these others. And the green one here, PSA 9, $160. Now the last sale was $145. So I think there's some really good value down here. While the BGS 9.5 last sale was $253. But again, August, man, everyone's money just left them in August, and now there's some good buying opportunities, in my opinion. Yeah, dude, I did see the Tatis Pop report on some of those cards. It's insane. And that's another thing to mention is that with PSA, in that newsletter that they released saying all their updates, they said that at one point they were 1.5 million cards behind. 1.5. Like, that's a lot of cards being submitted that are going to be hitting the market in the next 6 to 12 months. And that's why whatever I see in terms of Pop reports, unless it's vintage or it's just something just definitely older, I expect the Pop reports to go through the roof. Or if it's it's been a valuable card for a long time, like a LeBron James rookie card was probably graded 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's not like there are too many of them just laying around raw that are in great condition. That's my interpretation. JJ Bama, I think this is a great question for all of you guys. Personally, I like the idea of buying $2,000 of raw cards. That's more fun. It's more flexible. I get to diversify a bit. And I wouldn't buy AD right now. So I wouldn't buy, I don't mind buying an Anthony Davis rookie card. I think it's very safe and it's going to be a great long-term hold. But right now it's towards the peak of him. And I would rather buy during a low period of his. All right. Let me see if I can get this. And let's see how many comments. Shit, we got a lot more down here. I appreciate all the kind words, guys. I will get better. And I honestly feel a lot better right now just being on here with you. Let's look up Steph Curry for Tatas and Brewskis, see what we got here. All right. Exit full screen. Steph Curry, where you at? And I there's this debate between Steph Curry and Kevin Durant in terms of who's better or who would you rather have. And I feel like Steph Curry is a lot more expensive than Kevin Durant in certain cards that I'm seeing. But what I like about Steph Curry specifically is that he's a small dude. And because he's small, I honestly forgot which card you said already because I'm talking. Steph Curry, 2009. Let's see here. I'll look up his Topps Chrome and Upper Deck. Oh, there we go. And I like the fact that Steph Curry's a small dude. I think he's more inspirational because not a lot of people can be 6'10", 6'11", like KD. And just like same thing with LeBron James, where he's such a athletic freak. It's you're in awe of watching him. But at the same time, Steph Curry is a small guy, and he basically inspires people to be good at shooting and ball handling. And if you can do that, then you have a chance. And I just think that's a lot cooler of a story. Okay, so Steph Curry, I need to see. Here's the thing. That's the one thing I don't like. I want to get rid of this Topps Chrome because it pretty much throws everything out of. I can't look at the smaller graphs if I include something. If I include that, so let me do just PSA 9. just because if I do the Topps Chrome, look, the chart is way too high. Because look, it goes all the way up to $12,000, and that's not going to be very helpful to look at the chart. So I got to take out the Chrome altogether. Let me just do Upper Deck and Topps, and then I'll do base. And let's see if I just do 9 and BGS 9.5 and see what we can see here. Because most of the time, it's a very similar trajectory. But here, or let's see, orange right here is Upper Deck PSA 9. Pretty flat here. His 2009 Topps has gone up overall. I mean, obviously here's the peak, but Steph Curry is just a very obvious target for next year, so I expect his prices to go up. But overall, I'm not seeing anything too interesting. Like, there's nothing on sale. It's just more about, okay, hype's around him. It's going to be more hype. They got the second overall pick, and that's pretty much what you got. Whoa, dude, we got someone wrestle with Andy from Scotland. Dude, that's awesome, man. I have no idea so many people from around the world are getting into cards. It's super cool. And I will say, yeah, United Arab Emirates. Yeah. Well, dude, I went to a public high school. I went to a state college. Don't expect me to understand basic things. But one thing that's really cool, if you're out of the US, again, StarStock is an online platform where you could send in your rookie cards of active players. And the cool thing about StarStock is that you can buy cards from the US on eBay or from breakers and have them sent to them directly. So if the idea of having the cards sent to Scotland or United Arab Emirates, if I said that right, or anywhere else, if the hassle and the money and the time, all that deters you from investing, think of just go to StarStock, look into the platform, because you could just outsource a lot of that and streamline it so that the cards go straight from the US, from wherever you buy it, to them, and you don't have to receive it in person unless they're cards that obviously you want to keep for yourself. All right. I'm so glad you guys joined me. Oh, shit, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tatas and Brewskis. I love your name, too. It's getting me horny. Yeah, man. And like I said, yeah, 1.5 million was crazy. Dude, I love this right here. So this is my joke, and I'm going to use this in my next video. And if you guys were on here earlier, I'm going to mention it in my market recap for September. But I wanted to dress up like the ego of a New York Jets fan. That's it for Halloween coming up. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, it looks like that is pretty much it. I got another video to record, but I really appreciate you joining me and giving me so much love and attention, and it's so cool to just share my Saturday morning with you. I hope I can help you find some deals, because I only benefit from you guys finding deals, making money, having fun. If that's not the case, then it sucks for the whole hobby. It sucks for me. So again, I have my newsletter that goes out every Wednesday or Thursday with some of the trends I'm seeing and some of the cards that have been going down. You could sign up at thecomebackcardinvestor.com. The link should be down below. And I just appreciate all your support. So have an amazing weekend. Go Bucks. My Lightning already won, so happy there. Go Rays, and I will see you guys next.